All right, back for another XRP video, guys. Today we're going to be talking the technical analysis of XRP, what my thoughts and expectations are, where I think we're heading next, and all that wonderful stuff. As I get into the video, if you find it useful and informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And if you haven't yet joined us in Discord, guys, check it out. Link is in the description below. Let's jump right down into this thing. We've had a few interesting developments, some changes to structures that are quite important. Okay, so it's important that we kind of reflect on what they might mean for the price action of XRP. So let's get right into it. As we can see, okay, we were talking about this potential push up higher. Okay, that is now an invalid structure. So this ABC structure is over, it is done. We can now remove this from our expectations. This is because we came down deeper into our lower range expectations from a couple of days ago. This was 45.080 to 46.014. Okay, and we can see that we actually came down to a low down here at the 44.914. Okay, so we came down a slightly deeper. This has changed structure because we've come down deeper than our original low over here, which was in at 45.632. Okay, so we've come down low. That broke our structure, our structured move to the upside. Now we are, of course, in a bearish structure. This is something that we've been in for a little while. We never actually broke back out of it, which was interesting. So, for example, we were in a bit of a ranging market, right? We were bearish, we were bullish, we were then bearish, then we were bullish, and then we got into bearish state, and we stuck inside that bearish state, but it's not been confirmed. We're still waiting for confirmation, and I'm surprised that considering we broke this low here, it wasn't confirmed. I would have thought that would have done it, but nonetheless, it hasn't actually indicated to us that that structure has broken. Now, this means that we are still moving down, and we still have to consider that we are in a bearish state of play from our high up here. So therefore, we have this as our B wave structure, and we've got to come down a little bit deeper. Okay, this is now going to be putting us into a slightly more corrective pattern, but it doesn't change our kind of views that we have to push upwards. That still remains valid, and the only difference is that we have to come down a little bit deeper now. Okay, so we've got an A, B, and then we've got to come down here. Okay, so we're talking about 40.770 to 42.821. Okay, that's going to be the range to be kind of really thinking about. Okay, so we can see that structure coming in and pulling us down into this lower range here. Now, once that's done, we are still, of course, going to be in our other bullish structure, which would be from here, A, this B and B, and then going up into C, but it now does stunt that growth aspect a little bit. So you won't be pushing 66.70 cent, we'll be pushing just 60 cent approximately. So it should be interesting to see how that one develops. We'll leave that one off for now. As we can kind of see, we came in and we filled out some fair value gaps and all of that kind of good stuff. So let's jump on over into the BitGet chart here. So on bitget.com, we're in the spot trading pair for XRP USDT. In here, we obviously have the trading view. We've got our own analysis drawn on here as well, specifically around Elliott wave theory and smart money concepts, the fair value gaps that get created. And as we can kind of see, down here, we just filled out this fair value gap just over this side. Okay, this fair value gap was created over on the 16th of June, got filled out on the 28th of June, and this was at 46.597 to 46.871. Okay, so that's now being filled out. And for those who do not know, fair value gaps are created from imbalances in the order books. Essentially, this particular one was created from too many large orders, or a single large order that wasn't met by equal sellers, or wasn't able to find any kind of large volume of selling, and the price has to move from the low side to the high side in order to find those sellers, and to enable that transaction to be complete. And then as such, this pocket is left behind. This is a pocket where liquidity didn't exist, right? There wasn't any sellers, and you're unable to buy in that range. And when this happens, essentially what tends to be the case here is that price wants to go back down and fill out that gap, because it's a place where there wasn't any liquidity, and the price action loves to put liquidity where liquidity was not. Now, that's not a guarantee. It doesn't always happen, but there's a high probability if you go back through through the charts and spot these, that they come and they get filled time and time again, right? So it's not a guarantee, but in this particular case, you can see that we filled it out as we were kind of expecting. Okay, so that one there's been filled out, but there is another one down here a little bit deeper. This comes in at 43.014 to 43.761. And again, there's also one, I think, even slightly deeper than that, a little bit down here, more in this little range. And again, the expectations are that we come down and we'll probably fill that out as well. As you can kind of see here, we did actually map this out as a big ABC structure, and I did say I didn't think it was going to happen, but here we are. So from yesterday's video, I said I don't think there's a low probability of this one. I think we're moving up, and well, I was wrong about that, and we are moving down, in fact, towards this fair value gap. Okay, so fair value gaps, they are what they are, and this one's looking pretty juicy right now. So let me know what you think about fair value gaps in the comments below. Now, if you are looking for an exchange that spot sells XRP, then have you checked out 𝗕𝗘𝗪 yet? If not, check out the affiliate link in the description down below. It is a fantastic platform. It's where I do all of my leverage-based trading and where I do 90 to 95% of all my spot trading as well, including XRP USDT pairs. So if you are looking for an exchange that sells XRP on spot where you can buy and withdraw, then why not check out 𝗕𝗘𝗪? The affiliate link is in the description down below. And I don't think you'll regret checking it out. It's definitely making a lot of moves in the crypto space. Let's go ahead and jump back down into the price action. So if we come over to our chart over here, we can see that we had our expectations on the high side here when we're looking at this as a potential move and a potential breakdown towards our low ranges. Nothing terribly too unusual here. We are just basically following a big corrective pattern to the downside. Now, what's really interesting to me is that we have the idea of a three-wave zigzag pattern here. It's possible that this is some kind of zigzag pattern that I can't quite place. Could be potentially contracting, and then up here maybe another 5-wave ending to make this a zigzag pattern. That would make it really interesting if that is the case, as in i.e. giant A, B, and then C wave taking us down slightly deeper here, because then you end up in a real interesting kind of structure. Obviously, the two things do not really relate to each other because we did actually exceed higher, which would break the idea of a WXYXZ or a 1 through 5 or anything like that. So it's nothing too sinister. It's just a very interesting note that we have a lot of these really impulsive small movements, but none of them are really adding up into anything meaty at the moment. So really interesting kind of stuff. Now, if I take it to the daily time frame, it is still valid that we have this push up higher. This we had targeted out at 62 to 67. As I said, I think this now changes more to being more like 60 cent, possibly 65. And of course, then we have the slightly higher range, 79 to 93. That one's still valid. That doesn't change either. So we still have the ability to kind of think about that $1 threshold where we can still push that. But all we're doing right now is basically grabbing liquidity, ranging sideways, getting things all corrected and put into a nice position, waiting for the rest of the crypto market to wake up a little bit and then maybe push the price action ever so slightly higher. So nothing has changed at the macro level, only really micro movements, the recent kind of pull to the downside, lowering a few targets in places, but for the most part, the macro still remains intact. I think I'm going to leave this video right there though, guys. If you have found it useful and informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, then subscribe. Don't forget to join us down in Discord. And guys, if you're looking for an exchange that sells XRP, why not check out 𝗕𝗘𝗪? Affiliate link is in the description. Until the next one, have a fantastic day.
We are not financial advisors. None of what we have communicated verbally or in writing here should be considered as financial advice. It is not. Do your own research before investing in any digital asset or affiliate offers, and understand that investing in any crypto is risky. If you do, you need to be prepared to risk your entire investment. This video is for information and entertainment purposes only. All our videos are strictly personal opinions. Please make sure you do your own research and never take our opinions for financial guidance. There are multiple strategies, and not all strategies fit all people. Our videos are not financial advice.